Hi guys, I hope that you're all having a great day. Today is the second day that I have been eating one time a day. I eat between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. and so far it's been an experience. I have definitely felt really hungry and I thought about going to the grocery store, but then I completely just turned myself around and said that would not be a good idea. But I came home to a nice catalog um, by some food service company that was sitting on the kitchen table, so I thought that was pretty funny. You can't really escape it. But that's why I'm doing this, is because I want to refocus on things. I use food, also, I realized, as a distraction. It distracts you. If you want to put something off, what more fun can you have? You can do other fun things. But the most immediate response that I had was, let me go check the fridge. And I would check the fridge, and of course, there wouldn't really be anything in there that I'd like. And if there wasn't anything in there that I'd like, I'd try to make something. So, you can spend an hour or two deciding what to eat and then eating it. And then, of course, if you're eating it, you might like a little bit of entertainment, so you watch TV while you're eating. So yesterday, I took a little bit of footage of myself on my phone uh, while I was at school, just explaining how easily food can divert your attention. And for some reason, my phone doesn't let me send files that are larger than 30 seconds or longer than 30 seconds. So until I figure out how to work that out, I might just have to send it in increments and do a little bit of an edit. Then I will put that up, definitely. Today, I was visited by childhood memories. When I was in third grade, I had a teacher who she wasn't the kindest teacher in the world, but she did praise me when it came to writing or the arts, just drawing. When it came to the other subjects, she was very harsh. Um, Specifically when it came to spelling. And I remember they were out of 10 points, she would just say your grade in front of the entire class as she passed it back to you. So for example, she would say something like, um, Christina, 8 out of 10. Zachary, 7 out of 10. Tom, 10 out of 10. Good job, Tom. Rosalie, 5 out of 10. And she'd give me this look like, why didn't you do better? Or, that's pathetic. And I remember just feeling so insignificant and also wondering, I mean, it sort of felt like I was manipulated by her because she would she would be happy from me when I would draw a nice picture or when I would write something that she'd like, and then she'd completely turn around, do a 360, and she'd humiliate you in front of the class. And it wasn't just me, I'm sure. I'm sure it was other students. But those spelling tests bothered the hell out of me. Those spelling tests really got to me because I mean, I don't know, I guess that's just how I grew up. I like to make people happy, and my parents weren't very pleased with me when the spelling test came home. And all day today, I thought about that. I thought about that teacher, and I wondered what happened to her and where she's been. And I also wondered why that would even come up to begin with. When you are fasting, which is basically what I'm doing, old thoughts or feelings that you may have, sort of buried come to the surface. And they can be painful. And I'm not going to lie, it was painful because she would do that on a constant basis. Um, but I had to make sure to remind myself that, that was the past and it's over with. And all you can do now is learn. So, the reason that I feel like that came up is because I might have to work on a part of me that likes to please people, because pleasing people is good to a degree. You don't want people to take advantage of you. And I have definitely progressed, specifically between high school and college in that area. So that's one thing that's occurred, and there was one part of me that was just like, you know, maybe that's why you might be afraid sometimes of making a mistake, and sometimes it's so, you know, it affects, I don't even know what I'm saying. It affects you to such a degree that you don't even try anymore. And that is dangerous. Oh, even, you know, when you put something off, I feel like that's a sign. That's a sign of just being afraid of making a mistake because of how others reacted to your mistakes and to your failures here and there. That's something that I will work on and overcome. So if you guys are also eating one time a day, definitely let me know how you're doing, and I'm interested in seeing where this takes me. And I also feel very light, like I'm floating. I have some stuff to finish up right now, but it's always nice to talk to you guys. See you later.